in the 80s, and the Dwayne and Vin fight, to me, that's the equivalent of seeing Schwarzenegger and Stallone, you know, in their prime on screen, because you have Vin, who really is known as a big action star, and then you have Dwayne, who's known as a big action star.
It's not too often in decades that you could get two men who are pretty good at what they do when it comes to action and at this level of their careers and bring them together in this way.
Got together, such a fight team.
Now the challenge is, now we got to deliver.
And with guys like Dwayne and I that are gonna slave and work 5 days in a row on this scene, unrelenting, sweat-drenched, and banging up each other, emotionally and physically taxing, it was a real sense of pride for both Dwayne and I. Nice, Dwayne, nice, Dwayne.
So the process has got to be meticulous. And you got to make sure that you get it right.
Okay.
And by getting it right, it starts off with Hobbs taking his 10-ton Gurkha and running it right into and smashing the iconic dodge of Dominic Toretto.
I wanted something big to go into the fight, and there was nothing for me better than to take that Gurkha and just crush it into the Charger.
3, 2, 1, action!
That pretty much smashed it, didn't it? Sure did.
You know, and the Charger has become symbolically linked with Dom.
That dodge, it is an indication of the ass whooping that's about ready to take place. That is the thought process of Hobbs. I'm gonna crush the shit out of your car, just like I'm gonna crush the shit out of you. And then the fight begins.
You're going down, Toretto.
I'm right here.
Ultimately, it's a great moment in the movie to see who these guys are, who Dom is, who Hobbs is, and the way they fight. On paper, maybe Hobbs is better trained. He knows more about fighting because that's his career.
He does have the training, he does have the physicality, he has the technique. There's a lot of checks for Hobbs that give him the advantage. Now, what gives Dom the advantage as well is the fact that he's fighting for his life and he's fighting for his family.
It's just a moment of, so whatever we can do, what we're doing is to sell that his struggle, that he's about to go down, and then Mia and the team kind of shows up. I will always go put my money on someone who has something real to fight for. At the core of it, that's what the fight is about, and it took a lot of conversations.
What's gonna happen? What kind of fight is this gonna be? How big is it gonna be? How real it can be. There was a lot of time and effort and thought put into this.
And at times, we ended up having to send people home. It got so intense. I remember Vin had really wanted to discuss the merits of this one move, you know? And I said, okay, fine. I sent the whole crew home, and we just sat there. Me, Vin, Dwayne, and the stunt guys, and we just sat there and talked about it. We talked about it for 2 hours about this one move. You might think that's crazy, and it probably is crazy, but that just shows you the level of care that goes into it.
I treat this like Greek theater sometimes.
Everyone really wanted to give their all. It was really one of those scenes where everything came together. And I asked to get some rigs, and the stunt team made it happen. They brought in some great riggers. We rigged everything.
In the climax, they're coming through this window out here, flying through the air and landing on that table. So what we've done is we've got tempered glass in here with glass breakers mounted on it. have rubber railings here, and when they hit those, that'll swing open and allow them to fly right on out and land on that table there. And every piece on that table is rubber also. Here we have these tools that look like they're massive and heavy, but they're really fairly flexible. And hopefully, I'm sure glad that wasn't a real one. And this is a balsa wood table. It is very lightweight balsa wood, just to guarantee that it falls apart.
All right, everybody's ready. Let's lock it up. Pictures up. D-Mark. Set. 3, 2, 1, go!
Holy. Wow, what a shot.
The great part about this fight is I could utilize what I have in my own personal arsenal. Years of wrestling, years of learning different combat styles from just the films that I've shot and putting it into this movie. But there's nothing like taking your fist and putting it right in somebody's face. That will stand the test of time. And ultimately, he eats my fist.
We walked away, both Dwayne and I, feeling like we had done something truly immortal. Great job. And we did it with our hearts, and we did it without our egos that could so easily play into that. We told the story, and we were true to our characters in the process. Nothing more you can ask for.
That's what I call whipping ass.